This is super important. Deep focus and productivity is exactly what differentiates the successful from those that aren't. Differentiates the people who become a millionaire at 30 versus the people who become a millionaire at 60. Productivity and focus is key, and that's exactly what we'll be addressing in this video. And I'll be giving you guys all the hacks I spent the last week researching, putting together, and personally applying, and some of my sort of tips on here as well. And you guys are getting it all on a silver platter completely for free. Let's get right into it. First thing first, focus equals happiness. A lot of people don't know this, but the idle mind is the devil's workshop. When you lose focus and your mind tends to sort of fixate on what could be wrong with your life instead of what is right. Hence, when you're procrastinating or not workday driven, you feel depressed. And this really makes sense. The moment I heard this line, I was like, wow, that makes sense. When I'm focused, when I'm in the middle of doing something, I'm happy. Like right now I'm filming this video, I'm productive, I'm very happy. The moment this video stops, and if I procrastinate, that's when my devil workshop sort of mind starts sort of thinking about what problems are within my company, rather than going ahead and thinking of solutions and applying solutions. And that's why focus equals happiness. Next, rhythmic deep work. So Seinfeld keeps a calendar on his wall, and every day that he writes a joke, he crosses out the date on the calendar with the big red X. So it's pretty crazy how like him as a comedian, to be as successful as he is, he had to write a joke every single day, and it's all about consistency. And after a few days, you will have a chain. Just keep at it and the chain will grow longer and longer every day. And you would like seeing that chain, especially once you got a few ducks in a row. Very powerful rule and tip that you guys can go ahead and apply when it comes to sort of completing any endeavor you have. For example, I've been filming a YouTube video every single day for the past 2 years. I had like an 8-month break when I moved to the States, but before and after that, a video every single day. And right now it's impossible for me to stop. Like I've gotten the routine, like the YouTube every single day, 9 p.m. Australian time. Like I just can't stop now. And all it took is just being consistent for the first 30 days. Next, improved concentration. So one thing that can help you improve concentration is spending time in nature, because this can improve your ability to concentrate. When you're walking through nature, it exposes you to the inherently fascinating stimuli of, sunsets, the sounds of birds chirping, of leaves falling down, of trees, of, sunlight going through grasses and leaves, and these are all crazy fascinating stimuli that sort of just really recharges you. What these stimuli do is they invoke attention modestly, allowing focused attention mechanisms a chance to be replenished. Like you're not really focused, you're just really relaxed, and you're noticing all these things. Your focusing muscle has a chance to just recover. And when walking through nature, you're free from having to direct your attention to whatever. When you're sitting in an office, you're directing your attention to the screen, to the camera, to the screen. When you're cooking, you're directing your attention to the food, to the knife. Whereas if you're walking through nature, your attention is able to just be freed. No need to sort of check roads, check traffic lights, cars, tasks, etc. When you're in nature, you don't have anything to follow, and as a result, you're able to just freely think and let go. Next, practice concentration. So you want to publicly commit to a deadline or set a countdown timer. And during that time, you want to work with great intensity. No email breaks, no daydreaming, no Facebook browsing, no repeated trips to the coffee machine, and attack every task with every free neuron you have until it gives away under your unwavering barrage of concentration. Just laser focus. And when you start this, you definitely want to start it with a small amount of time. Start by trying with no more than once a week first, and give rest time in between days to increase frequency as you gain confidence. For example, I have project days and work days. On work days, those are the days where I'm just like on 24/7. Like I'm on calls, I'm filming YouTube videos, I'm doing mastermind calls, I'm switched on, I'm editing things, I'm updating the course, and you're just constant non-stop. And the day after, I have a project day where I can just chill, focus on learning, focus on bigger picture thinking, and that's sort of what I've been doing, and it has yielded insane amount of productivity. Next, productive meditation. Take a period where you're occupied physically, but not mentally. So when you're walking, jogging, shopping, focus your attention on a single, well-defined professional problem, outlining an article, writing a task, making progress on a proof, figuring out how you can optimize and fix a process. And what this will do is, this is what you call mindfulness meditation. You must continue to bring your attention back to the problem at hand when you wander a store. So while you're jogging or walking, just keep focusing on that problem and don't let your mind wander off. And if it does, bring it back to that problem. Next, this is pretty interesting stuff. Like, you guys are getting a bunch of just like golden nuggets that are just compressed. Like, this is like tons and tons of content that has been just sort of weeded out, put through a funnel, and you guys are just getting all the diamond gems. Deep and open work can happen on multiple scales. So what that means is a scale of a week. You can dedicate a 4-day weekend to depth and the rest of the time open. And of course, happen on a scale of a year. You can dedicate one season to contain most of your deep stretches. And this is sort of what a lot of academics do during the summer. So not only do you have sort of a schedule on a weekly basis, but you have a schedule on a yearly basis. So for example, my weekly schedule is workday, project day, workday, project day, workday, project day. And on a yearly basis, it's like work for 3 months, then do like a crazy nice 1 week sort of break, then work for another 3 months. I'll probably try to aim to get 2 holidays per year, and then another 2 sort of weekend trips per year. And what this does is, deep work can produce an extreme productivity, but only if the subject dedicates enough time to such endeavors to reach the maximum cognitive intensity. This is a state where real breakthroughs occur. When you're able to give enough time to focus on one thing, that's when you really start cracking problems and you start really figuring things out. This is why the minimum unit of time for deep work in this philosophy tends to be at least 1 full day. To put aside a few hours in the morning, for example, is too short to be counted as a deep work stretch for an adherent of this approach. So you wanna, if you're focusing on a problem, take the weekend off, get an Airbnb in a different location for the next 3 or 4 days, and just focus on that problem until you knock it out. This is super important, and I did not know this until now, and I'm very happy to be giving you guys this secret. Trying to squeeze a little more work out of your evenings might reduce your effectiveness the next day enough that you end up getting less done than if you just instead respected a shutdown. So I used to think that if I finished early, I'm going to use this extra time, complete the task from the next day, so that tomorrow I have less things to do. But the opposite actually occurs. By doing this, the next day you're going to be much more exhausted, and you're going to be able to just complete less, and probably not even be able to complete the less workload just because now you're exhausted. So do not allow even the smallest incursion of professional concerns into your field of attention. Brief intrusion of work can really impede and distract you from the shutdown advantages. And we'll be talking about shutdown advantages now. So at the end of workday, once you've hit your deep work and deep focus limit in a given day, you will experience diminishing rewards if you try to cram more in. I've noticed that at the end of the day, what might take me half an hour will take me 70 to 80 minutes. So you want to have a shutdown routine. Take a final look at your email box and ensure that there's nothing requiring an urgent response before the day ends. Next, number 2, you want to transfer new tasks that are on your mind onto an official task list. Ideally, you can scribble down ideas throughout the day. When you have ideas that come through, write it down rather than apply it. Because when you become a sort of ADHD entrepreneur, you like to just apply ideas straight away, but it's going to really stuff up your routine and it's not worth it. Like the ability to sort of act on an idea straight away versus breaking your routine. Breaking a routine has a much higher damage to the benefits gained from instantly applying a new idea. So you want to scribble down ideas and write it onto an official task list. 3, you want to skim through your weekly task list to make sure there isn't any important deadlines or appointments that's sneaking up on you. Make a rough plan for the next day. And 5, say shutdown complete. And another big tip, plan out your days. Super duper important. Most of the argument people will say is that you will always over or underestimate how long a task will take, and as a result, your routine will be ruined. But you can easily just erase and replan your day. On some days, you might rewrite your schedule half a dozen of times. Your goal is not to stick to a given routine. Instead, it is to maintain at all times a thoughtful say of what you're going to do with the time going forward. So rarely do I follow my schedule to the T. Like I have a list of what I'm doing from say 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. But a lot of the things I either finish early and I jump onto the next thing, or I take way longer than estimated and I have to catch up by completing the next two tasks much quicker. And some days I don't even complete it, and that's all right. But you want to have a thoughtful say of what your time goes to, because if you don't, a lot of will energy and willpower is going to go through figuring out what's next and figuring out what to do. And that's why planning out your day is so important. Thank you so much for watching this video. That's all my tips on deep focus and productivity. Hopefully you guys enjoyed and got value from this video. Let's go ahead and announce last video's winners for $1,000 worth of courses or consulting courses with me. The winner's here. If you guys want to qualify, all to do is drop a comment below, follow me on Instagram, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and I'll be picking the best comment every single video. Other than that, question of the day, do you have any other deep focus or productivity tips? Let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear it. And I just want to say thank you so much for all your support on this channel. My goal is just to give you guys as much value as possible, and I'll be seeing you guys tomorrow. Peace.